Most men panic when women decide they're not going to be paying attention.
To an extent, I do kind of agree. I want to say panic, but I think you could say, men do like attention. They're going to feel disappointed they don't really have any attention, especially when it comes to women.
The truth, annoying her.
My brother, you got to get away from the AI subtitles. I know they're really cool and all, but you got to fix that, bruh. You're saying ignoring, but the subtitles are saying annoying, so you got to fix that up, my brother.
Annoying her the right way flips the script completely. Now look, I'm not into games. I'm not into no games. I'm not into playing games. I'm into standing ground. I'm into being masculine. I'm into controlling your environment as men. I'm into all of that. But today we're definitely going to talk about another way to control your space.
I want you guys to hear what he's saying. He's talking about control. I want you to hear it. This is going to be very, very important of what I'm about to explain later on in this video. I want to be clear. There's nothing wrong maintaining your own peace, your self-mind, your well-being. There's nothing wrong with that. I want to be clear on that, okay?
Control your environment. Control your peace. And we're not only going to break that down, but I'm going to give you some tips and techniques. Make sure y'all listen to the end. Click the like button. Click the like button, man. You know what I mean? Click the like button. That way, you guys will get all this game and you won't be lacking. Because I haven't seen too many comments that says, I listened to the end.
My thing is, you're not going to have, people commenting that I listened to the end. I don't think people are going to comment on my video say, yo, Spider, I listened all the way to the end. I don't think you're going to get that. I think people are going to comment on the video. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to say, I listened all the way to the end. I don't think you need to have comments to say that.
Listen to the end. Listen to the end. All right, listen to the end. So look, let's go here. Well, all right, number one.
My brother, I think you need to, I don't know what kind of transition was that, but we need to work on the editing here. It's just, I know that's not the main point of the video, but it's just the content creator in me. I see these things. It's just bro, we need to fix the transitions. We need to fix the edits here, bro.
She feels a loss of control. Women are used to holding the emotional upper hand. When you don't react or chase her ego, I'm telling you, her ego feels damaged, suddenly bruised. That bruise creates tension, and tension creates and fuels attraction.
What are we talking about? My man out there, if you had a really good date with a girl and then the next few days she ghosts you, she ignores you, right? That did create tension, but did that create attraction to that woman? Did you were oh yeah, I respect that woman for ignoring me? Are you guys saying that? No, you guys are not saying that, bro. So this idea that it's going to fuel attraction is not, that's just not common. That's just not realistic. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but what I am saying, it's just not common. It's just not realistic. That's not how you build a healthy relationship. That's not how you start dating in a good way. Come on, bro, what are we talking about? But I can also apply the same thing with men. If a woman started ghosting them and ignoring them, they're gonna feel emotionally abused. It's gonna take damage to their egos also.
Make sure you know what you're doing out here, man. Don't be out here chasing women. Don't be out here doing nothing that's unmanly of you. Hold your masculinity. Hold it.
I do agree with you gotta watch yourself out here. I do believe men should not be chasing women. I also think women should not be chasing men. But what does it mean to hold your masculinity? What does it mean it's gonna be unmanly of you? What, to communicate? Right? So ignoring is manly, but communicating with a woman is unmanly. Is this what we're saying?
Don't mirror their behavior with emotions and feelings.
Well, you do need a little bit of emotion. You do need a little bit of feeling. Just being emotionless, it's not going to attract women. It's not going to maintain a good relationship with a girl. It's just not going to happen if you just be emotionless.
Hold your masculinity as a man. And this is why I always try to tell you men, it is best for you to always be aware of your plan, your purpose, your principles, and your standards. Because I'm telling you, most of you men, let me go a small amount of men. No, hold on. Let me go back. Most of you men are blinded by beauty.
Now, I do agree what he's saying here. I do think there is a lot of men out there that are blinded by beauty. So what he just said, I do agree with that.
And because of that, because you're blinded by beauty, what happens is that you all lose yourself in that woman. This woman becomes greater than thou, and then all of a sudden she's controlling everything you got going on.
Same thing applies to women too, where you lose yourself in a man and he's starting to control everything that you're doing. And I think I don't think it's cool, but you can apply the same thing on both sides of this though.
So I've already said, when you ignore a woman, what that does to her ego and also builds attraction.
It might hurt her ego, but it doesn't build attraction.
Let's go with number two. Number two is, let me just say this. Attention is currency. Attention is value. Attention is something she thrives for. Men who give it too easy freely makes themselves very, very expendable, cheap.
I mean, you could apply the same thing with the woman. If you just freely, easily just give a lot of attention to the man is going to start to thrive off of that attention and maybe have too much self-confidence to the point where he think any woman, I could get attention to any woman. I think it goes for the men too, but you know, people are going to disagree with Matt, but I still think that's true.
By pulling back your position, your attention is rare. Your attention is rare. Something else must replace it for her.
Women really do like attention. I think he's right. Your attention is rare. I would say just be careful of how much attention that you give to people, because people can use you in those kind of ways. So I said just be careful to anybody that you give your attention to. But the men love attention, bro.
But she doesn't want to replace your attention because it means something to her. You're valuable to her. You're absolutely valuable to her. This is why I always tell you, men, when you talk to these women, when you're out with these women, when you first meet them, don't be out here talking 30 minutes in these conversations with these women.
Bruh, are we saying like if we're at an outing or we're hanging out or we're on a date and you're telling me I have to be nonchalant and just be straight quiet? Like, is this what we're saying? That we gotta be quiet, dog? And I personally say communication is the key to any relationship, especially when it comes to things. Communication and clarity is very important. Women love to communicate. Women like to talk. Men, they also like to communicate, maybe not as much as women, but they do love to communicate and they do like to talk too. I think communication is key when it comes to these things. And for you just not talking, they're going to lose interest. Women are going to lose interest if you start ignoring her and stop talking, right? They're going to lose interest in you. And especially if the date goes really good and you just start ignoring her, starting ghosting her, bro, she's not going to be attracted to you. She's going to be like, oh well, he's not going to talk to me. I'm just move on, bro. Just move on. They're not going to respect you. They're not going to like be attracted towards you. I'm not going to say there's zero women who don't feel that way, but most women are not going to be attracted to you if you're not talking back. And what's wrong with talking to you? Hey, what's wrong with a 30-minute conversation in person on the phone? That means that this particular woman is actually interested in you, and that's why you guys are talking for a longer period of time. I don't understand why it has to be silent. It's just this logic right here is really dumb. It really is.
Don't do none of that. When you're on the phone, when you first start talking to them, don't be on the phone with these women all day long. That's too much, man. Like, you're lowering your value when you don't understand it. Understand your value. Understand who you are. Let's go with number 3. So I'm gonna call this the curiosity spike. Most men chase women. Most men chase that woman, right? When you don't, she wonders, why isn't he like the others? That answered all of her questions when you don't chase her. She immediately puts you in the category of the winner. She immediately puts you in the category of a mind who has discipline, a mind who loves himself, a person who loves himself enough not to put himself in any of these situations.
But like, what kind of situations are you like talking about though? Ignoring her is not going to make her attracted to you, man. It's just like, I don't understand this logic of you just ignoring her, ignoring her on a date, ignoring her after, don't talk to her at all, even though she has curiosity in you. That's why she's trying to communicate with you more. But just ignoring her, that's what's going to do it for you. Keep ignoring her, she's gonna keep no, over time she's gonna lose interest, bro. She's not going to immediately think you as a winner. She's gonna immediately think you as a person that's just a user. Because you're just ghosting her. You're just ignoring her. She's gonna think you like, man, I guess he's not interested in me. That's what they're going to think. They're not gonna think, oh, bro, this man is so mysterious. He's so curious. Like, no, bro, what are we talking about, man? Me ignoring a girl during or after the date, right? If I don't pick up the phone when she's calling, she's not gonna see me as a person that's disciplined. She's not gonna see me as a person that loves himself. She's not gonna see me as that kind of person. She's gonna see at me in me is a person who doesn't like to talk, a person I'm gonna lose interest in that person. I'm not gonna, if he's not gonna talk to me, why should I talk back to him? Being disciplined is to be able to communicate of how you feel, having borderlines for yourself, having clarity with that person. That is building discipline for yourself. That is being respectful for yourself, loving yourself, but also being respectful of the girl also, right? Being nonchalant and just ignoring her is not going to show that. Like, this idea that me ignoring her is going to show her that I'm a winner and stuff like that. No, it's not. This logic is so dumb to me. It's so dumb.
You got to understand, when a woman is curious about you, you become her real drug.
If curiosity is a drug to her, then ignoring her is going to make her sober. I understand what he's saying. I understand the logic of what he's saying, but dude, this is not Disney Channel. Stop. This is not Love Island, my guy. It's not.
You become her real drug. Remember I said that. All right, let's go with number 4, right? I want to call this one emotional deception. You got to remember, women thrive on predictability and validation. Ignoring any woman, when you ignore a woman, it interrupts her pattern of control.
But you can apply the exact same thing for men, just like as you said earlier in this video. And this is why I say, guys, listen when he's saying control, right? In the beginning of the video, when you are talking about like control yourself, your environment and stuff like that, when that stuff gets interrupted, then it's like you're gonna feel like, bro, I can't control this right now. You're gonna feel some kind of way about it, bro. I'm not saying what he just said is not true, but you can apply the same thing with men. Stop acting like men don't have any control, or if something interrupts their environment and stuff like that, stop acting like they don't feel some kind of way about it, bro. Men like control. They like to control things. They like control so much, they like to control more than women, bro. All right, they like to control things that's in their environment. That's in their area. They like to control it.
When the pattern breaks, she feels an emotional disruption. She does. Forcing her to re-engage to restore that balance that she's missing out on. This is something that I think a lot of people on YouTube are not telling you about. Emotional disruption. You're doing that when you ignore her. When you leave the situation. When you're not worried about the situation. This is how those women will do anything for you when they can trust you as much as if they can trust you with their family, friends, and all of that. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, those are the women who let you in. They let you in emotionally because most women protect certain things in their life, and one of them is family and friends.
Stop acting like men don't do the exact same thing. Stop acting like men don't like to protect certain things, especially their family and friends either. This entire video so far is how to manipulate women emotionally so you can get what you want. It's basically this whole video has been about.
Just wanted to throw that out there for you. Let's go to number 5. When you ignore, she respects you more. So let's just say your respect is restored. You know, women test men to see if they're fold. I mean, that's what they do, right? Ignoring isn't like cruelty. It's boundaries in action.
I do believe in always have your own boundaries, right? Always have your own boundaries, but ignoring is not the best way to build those boundaries. Again, I think communication and clarity and talk about how you feel about things in a relationship or how you feel about things, that is the key way of how to build your own boundaries, right? Then if the woman violate those boundaries, then that's on her, right? But if you're just ignoring them, it's just not going to work. Like, that's not building any boundaries. That's not going to let them respect you for that. It's just not, right? Women nowadays are saying, like, men, why aren't you talking to us? Like, why aren't you talking about how you feel, bro? Talking about how you feel, it does not make you weak. The women are not saying that talking about how you feel is going to make you weak. That's the men. That's men like you are saying that, right? So this idea that ignoring is going to build boundaries, maybe in some cases, maybe, but that's not the best option. That's not the best way of how to build your boundaries. And that's definitely not how people respect you, right? I think women are going to respect you even more if you actually are clarifying and communicating with them how you feel about things. And even if they disagree with you about how you feel about things, even if they disagree with you, I think it's way better for them to know that about you, about how you feel about it. Even if they do disagree, I think they respect you more for saying that and clarifying that rather than just ignoring them.
Right? When you stop feeding manipulation, she begins to respect your strength.
Which is so much irony because this whole video has been how to emotionally manipulate women into getting what you want, into getting them to like you, right? That's this whole video has been so far. So the irony in this, what she's saying is true, but the irony is like crazy right now.
That is the truth. Stop feeding into any of the manipulation. Always hold your masculine. Hold your masculine, right? So that means if you decide to ignore, you have 10 toes down, have 10 toes down, man. Don't go against that. She's going to respect you overall.
Do you hear what this guy is saying? No, most women are not going to respect you for ignoring them. In fact, there are a lot of people, a lot of women are going to not like you, even if they, let's just for example, even if they are really true, even if they are, even if they really do like you and they really want to be with you, you ignoring them is not going to make them respect you in any kind of case, bro.
She's going to respect you, and she's going to respect you because you got to remember, it's not too many men in front of her that will do that. Most men that don't want to ignore women, most of them just don't want to lose the woman.
You know how dumb this sounds? Because this whole video, you've been saying how to manipulate women by ignoring them so you can keep them around. That's been the basis of this whole video.
Let's go to the next one. There's a such thing called a law of reversal. A law of reversal. Now, attraction often flips when you pull back as a man. Like most of the time, she kind of suddenly invests in more. But I will tell you, when she checks your social media, reaches out, and tries to regain your attention, this is how I always say, if she's going to be reaching out to you, trying to contact you, and all of those, you have to stick to your ground, gentlemen.
That would just depends. If she is harassing you, then yes, I would say stand 10 toes down and ignore it if she's like harassing you in some sort of way. But in this particular video, he's talking about how to keep women, right? How to manipulate them so they can stay with you, how to keep them curious of you. Basically, this whole video is just talking about how to manipulate women so you can get what you want. Basically, that's basically what you're saying. So you can get what you want, so you can keep them around you, right? That's basically what you're saying. And like, this is like the craziest part, it's just so much easier when you just communicate with them, man. If you just communicate with girls, communicate with women, it's just so much easier than trying to do all this nonchalant, got to ignore and stuff like that. Try to keep them interested, give them a little something to keep them interested, but also hold back at the same time. Like, that's just so exhausting to do, to be honest with you. It's just much more easier just to communicate, because you'll get your more clearer answer when it comes to these things. You'll be better off like that, dog.
You have to stick to your ground. You can't allow this woman to be social mediaing you up, hopping on your IG. No. If she decides that she's going to do everything possible to contact you because you're annoying her, just understand all the leverage is in your court. All the leverage is in your court. And she's probably going to do that if she's really into you. If a woman's not into you, she can care less. She is not calling you back.
If she is into you and you just ignore her, you really think that she's going to be calling back to you? Even if she really likes you or very curious about you, you really think after a while of you just ignoring her, you really think that she's going to be calling back to you? You really think that she's going to respect you for that? Come on, that doesn't even sound right, bro. It doesn't even sound right. Like, my men out there, if you really like a woman, right, and she just starts ignoring you and starts ghosting you, right, but you don't respect that woman. You're gonna be mad that she's not talking to you, even though she's really cute, right? You're gonna be mad that she's not talking to you, and you're gonna be like, you know what? Oh well, bro, I'm just gonna leave her alone. I'm just gonna go to the next. That's what y'all are going to do, right? I don't believe most men out here are desperate, because you're saying that most men out here are desperate. There probably are some, but most men out here are not desperate, my guy.
She's not calling you back. She can care less. Let's go to the last one. Weak versus strong annoying. Okay, look. Doing it from fear and insecurity makes you look childish. Doing it from control and self-respect makes you look magnetic.
Hey, bro, you see what I'm saying when he's talking about control, right? You're trying to control her emotionally. You're trying to manipulate her to do what you want, right? You see what I'm saying about control, right? You talk about women control, but look at it. But look at you now. Teach them, and you need to control them. That's what you're saying to do. Women don't think of you as magnetic or strong or respectable if you're just controlling everything. The only idea I can think like for you like not talking to a girl or ignoring the girl if she's like harassing you at some point or you don't really have nothing to really do with her and she just keeps trying to kind of like stalk you and kind of like keeps trying to talk to you, then in those instances I say yes, ignore them. Makes you just keep away from them. But he's talking in a lens of how to keep women around you, though. That's what he's trying to say. How to control, how to manipulate them emotionally. That's how this entire video has been.
The difference is energy. It's energy. That's the difference. She can feel that. I promise you. She can definitely feel that. But I want to say this too. Ignoring isn't about games. It's about power. It's about power. It's about restoring your manpower back.
So manipulating them by ignoring them, that's what restores your manhood. That's power. That's how you gain power. I mean, in a sense, yes, but is that the right way of how to gain power?
And not allowing things to go on that you know that's not okay. Make sure you understand that. When you stop giving it away, she has no choice but to come to you.
But man, ain't no woman finna come to you if you just ignoring her, bro. There's no woman out there. Maybe there might be some weird ones who are like that, but most women are not going to come to you if you're not communicating with them, not showing any kind of attention. Now, you don't want to give out too much attention. I do agree with that, but you can't just ignore them. You can't not give any sort of attention. Just like with men, they're not going to entertain a woman. They're not, more likely or not, are going to go to a woman if they're not giving them any sort of attention, right? There's a lot of men who are not like that, man. Men are not desperate like that, bro. That's kind of disrespectful to men if you kind of think about it, though.
I will say this to you, man. I put together these videos. Please click the like button. But I put together these videos because what I want ultimately is I want you all to perform better, be better men, and live better lives. Straight up. That's what I want. But I also want you guys to make my experience better. And you can do that by clicking the like button.
Your experience? I thought you were out here helping out men, bro. This is what I'm saying, man. This whole video is how to control and how to manipulate women, how to, by ignoring them and give them a little something to make them stay curious about you and manipulating them in that way to keep women around you. That's what this video was, just basically how to manipulate women to get what you want. That's been the base of this entire video. This is not good advice here. Promise you this is not good advice. This Mr. 1950, this is not a good video at all. This is not going to help men, especially when it comes to relationship with women. This is not going to work. I wonder if he has like a one-on-one, because I know like YouTubers or at least men who are like this online usually have like a one-on-one coaching. Let's see if he actually does, bro. Oh my goodness, he actually has a website. So welcome to Mr. 1950. For a decade, we've been helping men and women to become stronger, more authentic versions of themselves. My mission is simple to teach people how to feel confident, comfortable, and being exactly who they are, no matter the environment. Gateway to game.com. Join the movement, Silverback Lifestyle membership. Okay, if I go to start now, how much would this be? Okay, it's loading. Bro, what is this? Okay, we're going down. $150 a month. Okay, Silverback membership plus Silverback lifestyle plus 1 hour groups session a month. $500 Silverback membership lifestyle VIP. 10 that's left. So Silverback lifestyle plus hour group Zoom sessions a month. Text Q&A. 2 coaching sessions a month. $750. The year of the Silverback membership for left. Silverback Lifestyle Hour group, blah blah blah, one-on-one weekly sessions, Q&A anytime. Bro, what the heck? I understand this is crazy. Let me look at the I recommend this membership for all men. I am learning a lot and you will too. This membership has changed my life for the better. I was always looking for guidance of a manhood, but never found it, nor understood it. What exactly Mr. 1950. And this membership has missing a piece for me, understanding and having the guidance. I can confidently say my life will be the life that I always wanted, always envisioned it will be, for I have a proper knowledge and wisdom to apply myself thanks to this membership. Hey, it's up. These look like some bot. You got 16 ratings, all 5 stars. These look like bots here, bruh. Again, I'm not claiming that these are bots, but it kind of looks like that. These could be real, actual people. I do want to clarify, but I don't know, man. It looks kind of sus here, dog. Especially my first impression, at least in that video that I just react to and broke it down to you, bruh, it's not, your advice is not worth no 150 a month. Your advice is not worth no 500 or even 750 a month. I understand you're trying to get your hustle on, bruh, but this is not worth it. This is the advice that you're getting. It's not worth it for this, bruh. It's really truly not. It's truly not. I think anybody who's doing this, you're getting ripped off. To be honest with you, you're getting ripped off for this kind of information that you could honestly get for free, dog. But yeah, that was that, guys. Do not fall for that kind of information, like these kind of men spiral out. If you're enjoying the video or if you hated this video, let me know in the comment section and we can start wars down there. How about that? All right. Appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you soon, man. Peace.